Good afternoon and welcome to this special media briefing from Tallinn, Estonia on the Vice President's visit to Estonia. Vice President arrived yesterday to Tallinn, Estonia, and since then he has had a series of engagements. Some are planned later today. To take us through all of these, I have with me Secretary West, Shri A. Gitesh Sarma, Ambassador of India to Finland and Estonia, Srimati Vani Rao, and Joint Secretary Central Europe, Dr. Anju Kumar. I would invite Secretary West to give his initial remarks, after which we can take a couple of questions. So.
Well, good afternoon, and once again, a good opportunity to sit with you. This is the last leg of the historical tour of the Baltics by Honorable Vice President, as you're aware, Lithuania, Latvia, and now Estonia. It's really continues in the same spirit. This visit was long awaited. There has been tremendous response at all levels to the visit at such a high level. Whatever we saw in the other two countries of the Baltics, it continues here, that sentiment that they were waiting for Honorable Vice President for a very long time, and they want us to engage with them more intensively over a long period of time. One of the important elements I should mention is Estonia will be a non-permanent member of the United Nations Security Council starting with 1st of January 2020. So that makes it, from our angle, exceedingly important to engage with them. We ourselves will next year be contesting the a non-permanent seat, and we hope to be part of the United Nations Security Council. So there would be a time when both India and Estonia would be together on the UN Security Council. So close understanding with Estonia is in our interest. Today, Honorable Vice President, apart from the ceremonial aspects, he had a tete-a-tete with the President of Estonia, and then there were the delegation level talks. Honorable Vice President also engaged with the Prime Minister of Estonia. There was a very gracious lunch hosted by the President of Estonia. So it was a very intensive morning. Take out the ceremonial aspects, take out the lunch element, which is standard in this. But in all these engagements, these where they were together, the leaders, they really, were they were unanimous. They were in agreement that this visit is really a turning point in our relationship. We need to go further, faster, more intensively. We need to work together. The usual sentiment, which, as we said in the other two places also, that the Estonian embassy is already operating in India and has contributed a fair bit to intensifying our relationship. But at the same time, the Estonians feel that there is a need now for India to be here and to open a resident mission. So, as we had indicated elsewhere, that this is a matter which is getting serious attention, and we are taking stock of all the issues, and we will certainly give it the utmost attention. Estonia has its strengths also, that it's a member of the European Union, and it has made huge strides in niche areas, in particularly information technology. And if you look at one aspect, e-governance, they have done wonders. Sometimes relatively smaller countries, they are more efficient. They need to be more efficient to utilize the limited resources, human and otherwise. And this is a prime example of a country which has done extremely well. Life is all about learning from each other. We have also achievements in information technology and e-governance. But here is an opportunity to work together and learn from each other. Estonians also, they would be interested in availing of opportunities in India to contribute in terms of information technology and other kinds of working with telecom companies in India. What we gathered is some of the largest Indian telecom companies in mobile telephony and elsewhere. They're already working with companies in this part of the world, in Estonia. So this is really good news. We look forward to other areas. Today there will be further engagements in the afternoon. Honorable Vice President has got a very special honor. He has been invited to deliver an address to the Heads of Mission Conference of the Estonian Foreign Ministry. There are ambassadors stationed all over the world. They're having an internal conference, and Honorable Vice President has been invited to deliver an address. So that's an honor which really reflects the special warmth that is there between our two countries. Later on, he will also meet the Speaker of the Parliament, the President of the Parliament. So that is another moment. There's a India-Estonia Business Forum meeting later on in the day. So we gathered in our discussion morning that the Estonian side is very, very appreciative that there is a business component to this visit. And finally, I think with the diaspora also there is a small engagement. There were also very spontaneous moments. Vice President at one point was, he saw a small gathering of members of the Indian community and they cheered him. There were other moments when the Estonian leaders really showed very, very special gestures, walking with Vice President from one venue to another. So it was really such a special visit, and it really says that a lot of good things are likely to come in the days to come. In terms of agreements also, sometimes visits we look in terms of agreements. There would be one agreement on waiver of visas for diplomatic passport holders, and that is one which makes it easier, especially when you don't have embassies. And even so, this is considered a very standard agreement among two good friends. So that's one agreement. The other is in the cyber security. That will be signed, and the other is in the e-governance side, that is a renewal of an agreement. So three agreements, three MOUs will be signed during the afternoon session. So once again, very historical visit, much anticipated as a historical visit, but has also justified its billing. So that's the sum and substance of what I had to convey today.
Thank you, sir. We have time to take a couple of questions if there are any.
I just have one. Sure. It's about how should any businessman approach Estonia? There is an e-citizenship on offer, and if one avails that, how is it going to benefit that business?
Would you like to answer? Yeah.
I hope you can hear me.
Yeah.
Estonia is a small market and a small country, but it holds a lot of promise because of their niche capabilities in certain sectors. Of course, the digital state aspect of it, e-governance, cybersecurity, and blockchain. These are some of their strengths. They're also very good in wood and paper pulp industry and food processing. E-residency is a very unique scheme they are offering. And it is a way in which a foreign entrepreneur, essentially small, medium entrepreneurs, can register their business in Estonia and pay taxes and do business in this part of the world. So once a company is registered in Estonia through e-residency, the Indian company can make a foray into the Nordic, Baltic and European markets. It's not citizenship, and it's not a visa either. It's just a way in which you open a business remotely. You know, it's called location independent entrepreneurial activity. So a lot of Indians have taken advantage of that. Today we were told 2,700 have become e-residents of Estonia. The other way in which they can take advantage of the Estonian market, of course, is to visit Estonia. Like we now have the business delegation. It is the biggest since we have established diplomatic relations. There are 19 companies and about 26 members, and they have a substantial program today. Likewise, we invite the Estonian businesses also to visit India for the India-Europe 29 Business Forum and other events. Thanks. And of course, the embassy is here always to help them.
I see no more questions, so this brings us to the end of this special briefing. Thank you so much for joining us.